Hello, Leo, and welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to do a read for you and that other person. Now, that other person might be a friend, it might be a family member, and it could be a person of interest, a significant other. You fill in the blank there, okay? All right, and this is going to be from October 16th through the 31st, 2019, for all Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus signs, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started and see what is in store for you for the second half of October, my favorite time of the year. All right, let's see what's going on for you here. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general read, so if you are looking for a private read to tap into your personal energies instead of the collective energies, then be sure to go to theguidedintuitive.com and we'll get you set up over there. Okay, so check the link up there and even in my description box below. I do want to thank all of you that have been ordering Beyond the Read sessions. They have been magnificent. So I do want to thank you so very much. If those of you are not sure what that service is, you're going to see it in the description box below and also up here. But it actually takes you a step further. If you're noticing a pattern after your reads that's consistent, perhaps it's guilt, perhaps it's fear, perhaps it's confidence of some sort, maybe it's shame or sadness. Then if it's any of those, just for example, then that would be a reason to go ahead and check this service out. It's quite amazing. And what it does is it gets to the root of the situation and then just annihilates it and then allows you to move on with a much lighter journey, okay? And that is the key, to be able to get rid of the baggage that a lot of us tend to carry when we really don't need to, okay? So if you're recognizing that, then do check out this service, okay? Again, it's up here or in the description box below. All right, so let's do this. So let's get into you and the other person. We're going to talk about the relationship right now, Leo, where you're at, okay? And like I said, this could be just a situation for some of you, okay? All right, so let's check this out. So here we go. The first one here. Potential. This is nice. Okay, so the first card that we get is talking about potential. So this could have to do with a relationship or a situation or an opportunity that is at hand. So when I see this potential card, what this tells me is that there's an opportunity at hand. There is something that you are now able to see, that of which maybe perhaps you didn't see previously. So it's like it's almost like that you are there is some sort of determination, there is some sort of motivation that's within you. This is about using the potential, using the fire, using the courage within you to act upon what it is that you actually want to take place. Now, the potential also is to recognize the inner child within yourself. This could be to actually garner the energy of your inner child and take it, by its hand and move forward as your adult self to move forward and beyond anything, beyond the fear, beyond any sort of whatever it is that's holding you back, Leo, because this is saying there is a strong potential that is at hand for you, okay? And this is about harnessing your energy, right? And athletes actually harness their negative energy and they transform it into positive energy that brings them into the potential for a very strong success. So that's one of the things. It's like draw upon the energy that is stored within you, that perhaps might be negative energy, and it wants you to transform that into potential positive energy to be able to use to fuel your success on whatever it is you've got your eyes set on. Now, it could be, again, a relationship, it could be a situation, whatever that case may be, but this is pretty exciting. So we want you to use the negative energy to your advantage, not as a crutch, but as it's kind of like a what's the word that I'm thinking of it, but as a jumping off point, okay? That's something of the sort of that, but really be able to just jump off and use it as the potential to fuel your success in what it is that you want. It's almost as if this person is going like this and kind of saying, okay, I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to transform that. If it was energy that I was, experienced as a childhood that is still stuck inside me, I'm going to get rid of that and I'm going to transform that into the positive energy to create what it is that I have at this vision for. So that's exactly what I see here. So it's about manipulating the energies a bit, or really not even manipulating, that's not even the best word, but I think it's almost like transforming it. So that's what I see here. But it brings it to some sort of shift. So there is a potential at hand that you might be recognizing. Maybe it's a potential of something that maybe has held you back once before. Well, it's about changing that and using it to jump off into the future with positive energy. So use that fuel and transform that is what this is saying. And again, this could be a relationship, it could be a situation, whatever the case may be. We're going to pull some journey cards on this because I want to see what else wants to come out in terms of the relationship or situation right now. Yeah, this is this is such a trip because this is talks about rejuvenating rain. So we just talked about making, transforming the energies. Well, this is talking about clearing the past and healing the past, and then rejuvenating yourself, right, and bringing you into this positive potential that is available for you right now. Okay, so that's what it talks about. So the rejuvenating rain is just all about letting the rain cleanse you, letting the past kind of go away, and changing that rain as kind of this downpour. Let it refresh you, let it cleanse you, and move you on into what it is that you're meant to be. So clearing the past, because we talked about this could be something related to a childhood situation and that you perhaps have carried with you. This would be something that it wants you to be rejuvenated now. It wants you to take a look at this, look it straight in the eye, work through this, and then transform this. Okay, so this is about clearing the past and definitely and healing into the and bring that healing into the present situation. What does the tarot want to say about your current situation right now? See, I like to use a lot of different decks to bring in different messages in different ways for you. Sometimes it just needs to be said differently for it to kind of click in and think, does that resonate with me? Okay, so let's see what wants to come out. King of Wands. So this is about authority. This is about, being that visionary and that entrepreneur. Now, this could be yourself that's taking on this energy, because this is that fire type energy, Leo, and that's exactly what I see here. So I think that you're sitting at your throne. Perhaps this is a business at hand. You've seen some little bit of success and you want to see it move forward now. But this really, I think it's so funny because you've got kind of like the Leo lion right there, right? So I think this is really just you taking on this fire energy and being that entrepreneur and transforming a situation. Maybe it's a negative situation that you have, in the workplace or that's happening, and it wants you to take that and use that as to transform that into something so positive for yourself that it's just like it's amazing. And we can do that. We can do that. And it just is about the belief in terms of doing that, right? And it's almost as if you start yourself on a new beginning because you get the Page of Wands. So you go from the King in terms of finishing all of that up, and coming in realization and rejuvenation and transformation, with that energy, and then you're able to start from a brand new state of being, and that's where we get the Page of Wands, which is, this is all about like kind of like your messages. This is all about being enthusiastic. This is all about just discovering the potential that's within you to make this happen. So that's what I see in your situation or relationship at this point. Let's take a look at right now your feelings. What are your feelings right now? Your feelings on the situation or the relationship at this present moment. Okay, let's see what that is for you here. Revolution. Exactly. It's like this internal revolution that you are kind of transforming within yourself. It's like this internal revolution, and it's beautiful. It's all about making not comparing yourself to anyone, being your own revolution, not letting ego stand in the way of who you are. It is about, you have the right to live your life the way you see fit, okay? And so this is talking about there is no particular set pace that needs to be followed, right? There is no particular way that you should do this, because it's not always a time to perhaps harvest everything all the time. Sometimes you've got to put a little bit of work, do some transformations kind of behind the scenes. But this is saying that don't compare yourself with anyone else. This wants you to rest. It wants you to plan. It wants you to nurture and start planting the seeds of intention to create your own revolution, Leo, okay? And this is the good timing for this right now, okay? All these things that are kind of taking place at this particular time. So this is saying is that, that you go through deaths and rebirths, right? And it's all about it's all about transforming, just like our seasons do. You internally do as a person, right? You do that as well. And this is saying is that you're going to make a big shift within yourself. This is your journey. This is your time, and this is your season. And what this is saying, Leo, is that it is time for you to shine. It really, truly is. So be your own revolution, and don't worry about the markers of success of anyone else. Look to those of which that you do admire, and and that could perhaps help you. But don't compare your journey or your successes or your achievements with anyone else but you, okay? And because what's going to happen is that you're going to miss the signs that want to come to you, because this is saying that right now that your season has come, okay? So this is really beautiful. This is your feelings right now. Now let's clarify with the tarot and see what wants to come through for that. Let's see what wants to come through for that. So what did that be? Here it is. What is it? Queen of Cups. Wow. Now, this is perhaps you taking on this type of energy, but the queens are all about influence. And so what the queen is doing is looking, really at this unique cup in front of her. And this could represent her feelings. This could represent the situation or what it is at hand here. But this is saying is that this is about being emotionally balanced, okay? There's a lot of yellow there, which is about self-confidence. All the blue there is talking about the throat chakra, which is all about communication, right? But balanced in her communication, balanced in her emotions, and knowing that her emotions are very unique and something to be treasured, and will only give that to someone also that treasures them as well. So this is about either carrying on that type of energy yourself, or if you might have a Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus that is in your realm, okay? But I think this is kind of balancing your emotions out right now for yourself. And taking the time to rest. This is, focusing on one sword at a time, the Four of Swords. This is an air kind of energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius type energy. But this is about, being thankful, getting the rest that you need right now. You've been working really hard, but this is about getting the rest that you need right now. What did the soul's journey want to say about this in terms of your current feelings for you right now? Let's see what this is, okay? Let's see. Ooh, this is nice. This is talking about that in terms of your journey in your own revolution, that you're going to have, as you continue down your path, you're going to have followers that are going to guide you. Okay, so you're going to be on your journey, and you might meet someone that's going to be able to help you go to that next step, and then you're going to be continuous on your journey, and the other person's going to, and they're going to be guiding you along the way to create this revolution that wants to come through for you. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of support that is all around you. So this is, while it's saying, is definitely take heed of that. It is definitely all around you, and it's there to show you and to bring you that transformation that you're looking for. And it also talks about embracing enthusiasm. So, the transformation is here for your own taking, right? It's time. Your season is here right now. It's time to do this. And this is about, achieving happiness of some sort. You're achieving some sort of happiness, and you're embracing enthusiasm as you're on this road. And this is so beautiful because it really just says you're at wonder, in terms of the situation. You're really at wonder about embracing this, and you're looking at the world with just like a beautiful new set of eyes. And it just means that it's time for you to reach your goals. It's not time for you to sit on the sidelines. It's time for you to go transform now. All these cards are talking about that, and this is just allow your childlike self to come out too in the process. So use a lot of your imagination is going to be key, right? And discover at least one little thing that is great about each and every day, because that's just going to make it just a little more positive at every step that you take on your journey, Leo. So that's going to be very, very key. Let loose a bit, okay? So let loose a bit. Don't be so uptight, all right? Let loose a bit and let things kind of come to you, all right? It's embrace every aspect of your life, uh, be silly, don't hold back on things, it's just, be happy. That's what it wants to let you know. Okay. You don't have to wait until you have to experience joy. Joy is available to you here, now, right now. Happiness is available to you here, right now, in this given moment. Okay. So choose what makes you feel better. Okay. And in hopes that probably might be for you the happiness. Okay. All right. So that's what it's talking about. Now let's talk about your partner's feelings, and or the other person in the situation, the whatever their feelings might be. What is your partner's feelings in the situation? Kind of giving the over idea, that what can be used. So an overall idea that can be used to your highest best. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So what we get about this is if you are having a situation with someone, this is talking about listening. Okay. This is about listening. And it's taken a moment not just to say something or to blurt something out. It's about stepping back and really hearing someone else, in terms of what it is that they want to say. Okay. So this is talking about having love and care and consideration, um, you know, uh, in terms of listening. Right now, Leo, you're going to learn more by listening than you will by talking. All right. So in this given situation, this is your advice in terms of, in terms of your partner's, feelings right now, or the other side of the situation. It wants you to listen. Okay. So this is saying is that the tone, the pitch are kind of, a lot of empty space until they're heard. So this really wants to let you know that to save your voice, there is a truth that needs to be heard here. And the only way to hear that is to now open your ears. We've got one mouth and two ears. There's a reason for that. We should be listening a little bit more than we do speak. And that's what the card is talking to us about here. Okay. So you can talk yourself in circles and remain unheard a lot of the times, and other times you can be heard with even out uttering a word. And you'll notice that sometimes a message can come across that way. Okay. So, that's what it's basically saying. Okay, so interesting. I'm going to pull another card on this. I'm going to pull a tarot card and see what wants to come through for this. And this is your partner's feelings. Let's see what that is. Yeah, listening. Maybe there was some sort of strife, some sort of difficulty, some sort of challenge that had taken place in this situation. There was an adversity of some sort. Some sort of conflict and tension. It wants you to listen. It could have been with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Rising, or Venus, and you kind of cut things out. You can see the snicker on this other person's face, but at what cost, right? The other people dropped their swords and just left, right? So it's letting you to really listen. And let me see what else wants to come through. The Sun card. When you listen, this is someone you get a lot of good vibrations. So this is telling me that, there is a lot of good vibrations in terms of this other person. But they are going to walk away, if there's ever, in terms of the strife. But there's good vibrations to be had here, quite frankly. I think that before this, that this person perhaps made you feel really, really good, or this situation perhaps made you feel really, really good. But either you or they have actually walked away to calmer waters. Okay, so that's the situation. Your partner's feelings. Your partner is the partner's feelings is that there is a lot of great. They've got a lot of great vibrations, and they put out to everyone. But they are walking away when they don't get good vibrations. They walk away to calmer waters. They're not all about any sort of adversity of any sort. And this is all about them. It's about their feelings of being able to listen to themselves, in the process. So this is interesting. Let's take a look at the obstacles and blocks in the situation. What's the obstacles and blocks in the situation, or in this? Wow. Three of Swords. Now, there could have been three people within this relationship or in this situation that had been affecting the situation that led to heartbreak, but it led to heartbreak. The obstacle is that there's been some sort of heartbreak. There has been some sort of separation. There's been some sort of grief in this situation. Let's see what the Earth Cards oracles want to say to that. Yeah, this is talking about revision. This is about rewiring how you handle the situation, or how the situation can be handled. So it needs a lot of revision, a lot of rewiring. Okay, so this is just saying is that something at this particular point, had brought in a lot of heartbreak, maybe the communication, whatever the case may be. But this is just saying that, hey, at this particular time, something needs to be done. The body remembers any sort of trauma that was experienced. And maybe this particular situation of strife triggered something for you, Leo. That's what's coming through. And it brought a memory to the surface and acted out that way. And I'm just saying, because for some of you, it might be that way. Okay. It's about a study of the past is going to help you break a cycle and break a limiting belief. It's what's coming through right now, guys. I've just got to say that, especially with this revision card, okay? Because a lot of the times we store that of which from childhood that we, perhaps talked about at the very beginning. That is, we store things. And a lot of times when we store things as a child, remember we talked about this right here, transforming that. We store things, and it's at a cellular level. And this is about going deeper to challenge it and overcome that, okay, to get me perhaps to the root of this situation, okay? So that's what this is talking about. So this is just saying that, yep, it's time for a revision, and this is about acknowledging that that you're learning from the past, all right? You're learning from the past and maybe the patterns of the past, Leo, and you're revising that, and you're acknowledging your creative capacity to change this and to flourish through this, okay? So this is about that. And anything that the journey cards want to talk about here, just real quick, anything they want to pop out here? Watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. So in terms of that, sometimes by revisioning, you need to step back from a situation and lie back and relax and get some rest. And you got that card even earlier on the Four of Swords, and needing to do that. This is about watching the clouds. So watching the clouds sometimes is a sort of a meditation, at some point. And a lot of us, you can do that sometimes, just to lie back, lay back on a blanket and just look up at the sky and just watch the clouds. It's wanting you to do that at this particular time, as it relates to the blocks and obstacles, because it's going to allow you to bring you some insights in terms of the revision that you need to make, okay? Especially that has brought a lot of heartbreak to the situation and a lot of that conflict that we saw there. So what is your best approach moving forward? Let's see what your best approach is moving forward in this situation or in this relationship. Let's see what that is, okay? Here it is. Ooh, moderation. Okay. Wow. This is about, doing things in moderation. It's beautiful. We've got the hummingbirds there, and the hummingbirds are symbols of spirit guides, of messengers of love. They go, from nectar, they go from one flower to another, right? And a lot of times you always see them in pairs. I don't know. I always see them in pairs all the time. There's always two kind of traveling together. But this is saying is that to focus on love almost in moderation, okay? So don't try to overdo things in any way, shape, or form. This is saying just really, focus on taking things slow, okay? Maybe you have understood some sort of pattern or limiting belief, and this wants you to just slowly take a look at it and dissect it a little bit, okay? And that's okay. Okay, it's okay to do that, and to really letting go of what is that you really want to push forward on. Do it in moderation, okay? And this is just when you remove your emotions from the situation, the question that that comes across this card is, what else do you have? So it wants you to really focus on just love. And that's, I think, why the hummingbirds are there. I mean, quite frankly, yeah. So it's like, it's like you have like this impulse to pull back from a situation or a relationship at this time. And like a stray word or an action offers a good taste of things to come, so that's what this is saying. So don't resist adding any sort of insult or injury to another. Focus on love. That's what, Leo, I don't know. You got to note your comments below, but it's really strongly coming forward, in here for you. Okay. So let me know. Your best approach is to move forward in moderation. Let's clarify that with the tarot and see what wants to come out for you here. What wants to come out? Yeah, it's like focusing, really working hard, balancing the energies. And Eight of Pentacles, eights are all about change, and this is all about education, being engaged. This could be at work. This could be, as in terms of the situation, working really hard. Working hard on this, relationship, working hard on this limiting belief of some sort. Yeah, and this is about balancing the scales. This is about balancing the scales a little bit. Taking on that type of energy. It could be you're dealing with a Libra or some sort of earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Perhaps that you are helping someone out or someone is helping you out, okay, in some way, shape, or form, okay? Just doesn't have to be money. It could be something of value, but it's about balancing the scales in a certain situation, in a certain relationship of some sort, because sixes are about growing. It's about growth, and it's about really shedding the light on that situation, quite frankly, shedding the light this time on this. And it has to, the light wants to be shed on this. This is saying that introspection is definitely needed at this time, in the situation. And then there's an opportunity for a new beginning here, okay? And we get the Page of Pentacles, and that just is a messenger, and this talks about manifestation and a new enterprise. So perhaps you want to manifest a new beginning, a new relationship, a new situation, a new work, whatever that is for you that you value. Whatever it is, your heart's in it, because this is a lot of green, which talks about the heart chakra, and then you've got the red of passion, with the root chakra, and it's that's what I see really much for coming through. Let's take a look at your potential future with the situation. Potential future that kind of gives an outcome or insight on an outcome to this situation or relationship. Okay, let's see what that is. What do we have here? Wow, this is nice. Gosh, this is like this is so fun. I love these cards because they're so fun. This is about saying that, walking in beauty. We've got a wondrous universe, and this is saying for you to walk in beauty. I just love this card. Isn't this card so cool? It's like this wizard saying, okay, I feel like I'm a wizard of my own world and my own manifestation. And, I use the celestial entities, my source, to help guide me in the process, and I help co-create with it. This is a damn wonderful universe. So this is a good life, right? And I really feel that this is beautiful. This is about, reminding yourself that you are a beautiful being, and to take time to cherish the wonders in your life. This is the second time a card like this has come through in terms of the message of this read, because it talked about even your journey, previously, stepping back and resting, but, really rejuvenating, clearing the past and approaching your with enthusiasm. So this is saying it's just a wonderful universe. This is, it's also walking in beauty means to honor all natural cycles of life and all the experiences that you've gone through, right? And it is like this in native tradition. It's called walking in beauty, right? And it's a sacred thing. It's a sacred communion with the creator of your source and in yourself, okay? So that's what it wants to let you know. The more you seek beauty, okay, Leo, the more you seek it, the more you are going to find. And that is what this card wants to let you know, okay? And you're going to find not only beauty in yourself, but you're going to find even more beauty in this universe, okay? So that's what wants to come through. And anything else in terms of your potential future for the situation from tarot? King of Cups. Okay, now you're balancing your emotions. So I think previously before that maybe that wasn't the case, either for you or the other person. I mean, note your comments below, but this is about really balancing your emotions, okay? So this is about, having authority, being very emotionally balanced. Anything else that wants to come through the future? Yeah. Then you've got a new beginning. I think you might offer a cup of love to someone. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You might be offering a cup of love to someone, based upon the balancing of emotions being there, and not being sneaky anymore, and not, getting rid of any sort of sneaky behavior of any sorts. Could be maybe you pulled this, or the other person had pulled this on you. I just feel there's someone that's just kind of tiptoeing and kind of really not saying the whole story. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. or you could be taking on that type of energy, okay? Because it's a 7 card, but this is about having faith that that's not going to happen anymore. So having the faith on that, and this is saying to continue to persevere. Continue to persevere on what it is that you want out of this situation, because you are the forerunner. You're right on top. All the others, you're on higher ground than all the other ones. And this is that fire energy of yours, right? So this is the another 7 card. Have faith. Continue to have faith in what it is that you want, Leo, okay? I'm telling you, have faith in what you want. And anything else from the Earth Oracles that we want to come out. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Perception. So this is about changing your perception. Focus on what it is that you want, not what it is that you don't want, okay? So use your keen perception, use your intuition in the process on your journey on how you should continue to move forward in terms of this relationship or this situation, okay? So that's going to be very, very key, okay? So that's what I get, guys. That's exactly what I get through this process. What is it that you need to know but don't want to hear? Let's see what the root cards have to say. Here it is. I always like to pull these at the end. It's so fun. Ancient stuff is cool. You need some yoga or some sort of meditation in your life right now, okay? So that's what I'd say, okay? So some sort of, remember it says to lie back and relax, in terms of this. It did talk about, being able to go ahead and do that. Well, that's what it's telling you to do right now, and it does want you to continue to do that. Watch the clouds a little bit, do it as you need to do. Anything else from the root cards that wants to come through for you? Here it is, okay? You are talented and you are flippin' amazing, Leo. This is saying the world needs your power. Right now, use your voice and don't use it on dumb stuff, okay? All right, so there you go. All right, so I hope that this resonated with you in some way, shape, or form, and I look forward to seeing you in the second half, the beginning of November, okay? And until then, namaste.